Good morning, folks. Well, you may have noticed something's missing. Yeah, Linda's left me. Boo-hoo-hoo. No, not left me, as in that time. Due to a prior arrangement, she's had to go back home. She's childminding for our granddaughter. And Vicky's back at work for 3 days, sort of getting back to work before she starts full-time after Christmas. It's all pre-arranged, so Linda's caught the train back to wherever to get the car, and then she's off home. So it's Sunday morning and she's busy till Wednesday, so Linda will be back here Thursday at the earliest. So I've got today, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and probably a fair bit of Thursday, all by myself, cruising down the Grand Union, doing my locks, looking after myself. So this video is going to be how I cope getting on by myself, although it's not like I can't cope. The locks, fair few locks to do, but that's not a problem. I can do all those. So hopefully you can join me on my solo mission today. As always, let's get cracking. Well, I'm underway. Oops, hitting that bridge. Yeah, I've done about 100 yards. I was moored up just behind that boat you can see there. Interestingly, it's not got an engine in it, that one. It's hoping to pick it up today. Anyway, I've done 100 yards, and about 100 yards ahead is lock number 1 of the day. I think it's going to be one of them days. There's a lot of locks here. I've got to 6, I think, before I get anywhere really. So, this is lock 1. Got big number 9 on it. And it's pretty full. See, that's pretty full already. Haven't got a lot to do. So I'll just get under the paddles. That should soon fill up. That's my first lock done, and there's a boat coming up, which is great news, so we can leave the gates open. But also, this kind chap here helped me all the way. A watcher of our blogs, wide beam owner. Thank you. Keep watching. And so straight round we're coming to the next lock, and look at this, it's open with helpers. This is what you want when you're by yourself. I'm going faster than when Linda's here. Don't tell her. So straight out of lock number 2. Loads of helpers, thank you. And the next lock, as you can see, is open for me. I really am having a very good run through the locks. Open and in there. So that's one boat waiting. Here's the next one coming up. I'll move across. A bit shallow on this end. So I'm just about to cruise into lock 3. Gates are open. And despite these being big double locks that you get on the Grand Union, and I've got no help, it's been really easy. Nobody here to help on this one though. But I've been told that the next set of gates down are open as well, because I know I'm coming and there's no one coming up. So if that's the case, win-win. Anyway, let's get into the lock now. I'll have to shut the gates and get going. Right, get shutting these gates. Hope the boat don't drift off too much. Right, now I'll have to run off to the other one. I better take my windlass while I'm at it. I'm not used to being so organised, windlass, pushing, watching my sill. Well, I had to do that with myself, although I had to help somebody open the gate as I walked past. But I've had another stroke of luck. The lock down below is filling up with some boats coming up. So I can leave this one open, and it's a big lock, they're heavy gates, and go into the next one. I'll wait for them to open it before I leave here, I think, because it's a bit windy. On the downside, it's now raining. Can't win them all, can you? So the lock down below, the gates are open, there's 2 boats coming out. So I'll just potter down there, straight into that one. I hope this keeps up. Well, that was a big lock. Is it going to carry on raining? We'll see. But yeah, boats coming out, excellent. So here's the 2 boats leaving. A, B, C higher, I'm not sure about the other one. They go into my lock, I'll go into their lock. Win, win, win. Hiya. Makes it easy like this, doesn't it? So this is lock number 4 from 5 actually, no 4. This is lock number 4. You'll notice the ladders. There's one on the left, which is right near the lock end, near the front of the boat, and there's one on this side, which is nearer the back of my boat. That's the side it's best for me to go on for getting back on the boat safely afterwards. So that's why I'm mooring up on the right hand side, not the left. Makes it much better. Well, I couldn't see what was coming, so I've ran down to the other lock. There's a couple I could just see a bit and they didn't seem to be doing much. So I had to run down. Wore out. I had to run down and they were, yeah, this is nearly full, we're wondering if you were coming down. So yeah, so they're going to open it for me. And win-win on the next one. But I'm not sure if you can see on here, look at the steps on the right. They probably don't look much. They are really steep. Going down those got to be slippy whilst holding a windlass and the centre rope. Thinking if I slip here, I could break my leg or worse. But yeah, this is going really, really well. Don't tell Linda, I'll say I did heroically by myself and I'm just really fast and brilliant without her. Oh no, she'll watch this, damn. No, Linda, we're a good team, but we're having a stroke of luck this morning, the way you sometimes do. I'm not sure if this is the last lock for a bit. I've kind of lost count. I'll find out in a minute. But yeah, we're just heading into that one now. So Grand Union Canal, Buckby Lock flight, and I've got helpers on this one which was held open for me. 2 boats coming up, so they're quite happy at this, and I've made tremendous progress. I think that's Wilton Marina on the right. Yeah, definitely is, and that's where the old Barlow boat, part of an old Barlow boat's made into a seat. So yeah, that has gone well. That's 5 locks done. I've got a nice lock-free stint now. I'm exhausted from rushing around and shoving over gates and trying to go as fast as I could. I've realised a big disadvantage of being by yourself. Not the locks, I can do them without help. I'm on a cup of tea. Who puts the kettle on? One of us normally does, normally Linda, but one of us steers and the other goes and puts the kettle on and makes for tea. I'll have to moor up or go without. Train! So yeah, what to do? I think I'm going to have to moor up. I'm desperate for a cup of tea. I'll do a little bit first. Maybe it'll rain. Give me a rain break so I can do it. We'll see. But yeah, a good start today. Very good start. See how far I get without Linda till she meets me again. maybe Milton Keynes if I go well, depends on the weather. A lot of moored boats, we've got to go slow here. This is the noisy bit with the M1 on the left, trains on the right, A5. I think I mentioned in another blog, Watford Gap. People think Watford Gap is Watford, the big town in Hertfordshire. It's not, it's a very small village. I think it's Northamptonshire, with a dip in the middle, and it's where the railway, the motorway, Watling Street and the canal all go very close to each other because it's the easiest route. Noisiest route too. Right, I'm going to sit down and have a chill. Well, I was making excellent time, and I just kept craving tea. For those of us who are tea addicts, you just have to have a cup of tea. So, despite making good time, I moored up, running, put a kettle on, cleaned the teapot out, made a cup of tea. And in a way, it seems like, you know, a good waste of 15 minutes travelling time, but you know what? In life, it's never a waste of time to be drinking tea, no matter what you're doing. So cheers, folks. And incidentally, if you make tea by chucking a tea bag in a cup rather than using a warmed teapot, you don't know what you're missing. Some nice boats moored up on my right. Boat coming. It's windy, so I better watch what I'm doing. But oh, I feel better now. I tried not to want a cup of tea. I was thinking about it. I think, right, concentrate on something else. Every minute or two, a cup of tea coming to my mind. I'll be thinking, oh, that would be nice. Nice cup of tea. I'm an addict. Oh well. C'est la vie. So having stopped for a tea break, hoping it would rain so I could make sense of it, I've drank my tea and now it's chucking it down. Will it pass? I'm not sure. Doesn't look like it's setting, but I am getting wet. Well, I've got a distance to make though. I've got to go home. My mum's not well, as I've mentioned. So I'll see. I've got my coat on. I might put waterproof trousers on. But yeah, that's heavy. Right, let's get some clothes on. As you can see, the rain stopped. It's cloudy. It's the odd sunburst, but actually it didn't rain for too long, and I'm making good time really. I'm about an hour and a half, I think, from Stoke Brun, which should be a great place to stop. Hope there's some mooring, because if you get there and there's no mooring, I've got about 7 locks, so I don't want to do that tonight. But generally straight after the tunnel there's a bit of mooring. So yeah, I'm making good time really. Quite pleasing. What's that? Bridge 40, Bugbrook Basin I've just come through. And I'm going slow at the moment because there's a moored boat here. Looks like it's grounded actually. But yeah, good progress. Rain stopped. Hopefully Stoke Brun tonight. I had an interesting incident down at Hayford's Marina, pottering along my side of the canal quite happily, the way you do, and there's obviously moored boats on my right hand side, pottering along, and then a boat on the other side, like a hire boat, as I'm approaching it, just turns straight in towards right across the cut, straight at me. I'm not sure if they wanted to get in that marina or not, but they basically started to nearly ram me. And I thought they'll turn off in a minute. They didn't. So the only way to avoid a collision was me to blast on full throttle to try to get out of the way. And as I did that, boat on the right hand side, some guys in there started shouting abuse at me. And when I said I'm trying to avoid being rammed by him, which I did, they said, we don't care, you shouldn't go that speed. And the guys who were ramming me started shouting abuse at me too. Really, really aggressively. We've not done this before, and really anger in their faces. I mean, there's no need for that. Oh well. What I was staying to the right on the Grand Union, pottering along, minding my own business. Funny how incidents arise like that, isn't it, eh? Anyway, nice quiet a bit now, apart from the trains. Black clouds everywhere, but seem to be holding off. Right, let's crack on. Stoke Brun, here we come. Well, the sun's come out. Still black clouds around. I'm approaching Gayton Junction, which is just before Blisworth. Then it's Blisworth Tunnel and then Stoke Brun, so I'll definitely get there today. Only downside to today, I haven't stopped for lunch. I'm starving. It's 2:30. I've been going since, I don't know, 9:30, 10, something like that. Maybe earlier actually, 9:30. So I'll stop at Stoke Brun, more up there hopefully, and get some lunch. I'm not sure if I'll carry on too far today, because I've still got to do a tunnel, find some mooring, etc. And if I carry on through Stoke Brun, there's the locks, Stoke locks, and that's a lot of work. I don't mind doing the top 2 because there's some mooring after that, but then there's 5 more close up and I just do not fancy that lot. So I think as I've had an early start, I'm doing it by myself, Stoke Brun looks like the place for me, mooring permitting. So there's the Northampton Arm, the Grand Union. Obviously we're going straight on. Gate of Marina ahead. And at Blisworth. There, Bridge 48, just after the Northampton Arm. And Gate of Marina on our right, I'm about to pass that. So I'll definitely make Stoke Brun. Blisworth Tunnel in about 20 minutes. Probably get wet now because it's going to be dripping because we've had a bit of rain. And then definitely I'll be mooring up at Stoke Brun. Hopefully just after the tunnel there's a load of mooring. Hopefully there's a space there. If not, I'll have to go down into Stoke Brun through the first 2 locks and then hope there's a space there. And I think that's me done for the day. I haven't stopped for lunch. I've had a long day. Started about 9:30. It's so noisy, trains and everything. Started about 9:30. I've not been able to stop for lunch because of course I'm solo. So I'm really hungry, so I need to stop at Stoke Brun anyway. And I think by the time I've done the tunnel and moored up and had some lunch, probably going to be 4 o'clock or so. I think. I've lost track of time. I started about 9:30 today. I've done well really. I was hoping I'd get to Stoke Brun, and so that'll do me. So I've just got to get ready for the tunnel in a little while. I'll have to go and turn all the inside lights on by myself. There's no Linda here. But yeah. Oh, that was bad. It's a branch leaning right across. Right, we're approaching Blisworth Tunnel. Now I need to put all my lights on inside internally because it helps light the tunnel up. I'm just hoping, I think there is a mooring just beforehand because that'll really help me. Looks like there's somebody there now. Yeah, there's a little mooring beforehand. So I'm going to moor up, obviously just temporarily. Turn the lights on, go to the loo if I need that, and get through the tunnel. That's odd, there's a wide beam moored up before it. They're not allowed through except at certain times, so God knows what he's doing. So here we are, Blisworth Tunnel. I'm about to go through by myself. I've been waiting for tomorrow to go through. Apparently they can go through at 8 AM only in the morning. So See ya. Yay! We're out the tunnel. And that was quite interesting because not one boat behind, not one boat in front, no boats coming the other way. I had a whole tunnel to myself. Which is kind of weird in a way. Just me in a tunnel built in 1790s to early 1800s. Pottering along in total darkness. Weird. So that's Blisworth done. Well, more up and get some lunch. Certainly need some. So it looks like there's plenty of mooring here. So I haven't got to worry about that. Which is nice, because I need to stop. Done well today, pleased with that. I was hoping to get here. I still might do the other 2 locks, the next 2 locks in Stoke Run. But as far as I'm concerned, this was my target and I'm happy at that. So I'm going to moor up just here, I think. Well, that's me moored up for the night. I did talk about doing 2 more locks. Funny really, by the time I'd moored up, sat down, had a sandwich, had a cup of tea, I was suddenly on waves of exhaustion and thought, no way am I moving from this spot now. I'm here, I'm happy. So I've got 7 locks first thing in the morning. I'll start bright and early, but I've had a very good day one. I'm pleased with day one by myself. Missing Linda, of course. It's probably going to be a bit quiet and lonely tonight. And just to make things worse, there's no internet here. I'm in the middle of nowhere. There's minimal, you know, you can sort of get Twitter and Facebook just about, but you can't watch any TV or anything. So I'm going to do a bit of film editing and maybe have a little drink and start bright and early tomorrow. Day 2 beckons. So if you've enjoyed my day cruising by myself, you know what to do, folks. Click like, subscribe if you don't already, and I'll see you again next week.